The ocean was calm. The waves kissed the shore as tourists basked in the sun. Children built sandcastles, and families enjoyed their vacations. Maria, a doctor from Spain, had brought her husband Daniel and their two sons, Lucas and Mateo, to this tropical paradise. It was supposed to be the perfect getaway. Then, without warning, the ocean pulled back. The waves retreated unnaturally, exposing the seabed for miles. A deafening silence took over as birds fled, and the air grew heavy. Maria's heart pounded. Her instincts screamed danger. Something was terribly wrong. Then it came. A monstrous wall of water, rising higher than anything she had ever seen, charging toward them with unstoppable fury. The tsunami swallowed the beach in an instant. Maria grabbed Lucas's hand, but the force of the wave ripped them apart. Water crashed over her, twisting her body like a rag doll. Her head slammed into debris. Darkness. The once vibrant town was unrecognizable. Panic set in. Lucas, Mateo, Daniel. She screamed their names, her voice hoarse and desperate. No answer. The nightmare had only begun. Fighting against the debris, she stumbled through the wreckage. Everywhere, survivors cried for help. Her doctor's instincts kicked in. A little girl clung to a tree, shivering and alone. Maria pulled her close, scanning for injuries. The girl pointed to a collapsed building. More survivors, more pain, more work to do. But her family, where were they? She found Mateo first. He was trapped beneath a wooden beam, barely breathing. Tears blurred her vision as she fought to free him. She whispered reassurances. A stranger appeared, an elderly fisherman with strong hands and weary eyes. Together they lifted the beam. Maria sobbed, holding him tightly. "We have to find your brother and dad." They searched for hours, joining a group of survivors navigating the devastation. Roads had vanished. Buildings lay in ruins. The stench of seawater and death filled the air. Every step felt impossible, but Maria refused to stop. Lucas was next. A rescue team had found him clinging to a rooftop, dehydrated and scared. When she saw him, she collapsed in relief. He ran to her, burying his face in her arms. "Where's Dad?" His voice was small, full of fear. Maria had no answer. The night was cruel. Survivors huddled together, sharing scraps of food and hope. Maria tended to the wounded, pushing aside her exhaustion. But Daniel, he was still missing. Days passed, hunger gnawed at them, and illness spread through the camps. Waterborne diseases took hold. Each passing hour without Daniel made it harder. Then, on the third day, they found him. He lay beneath the wreckage of a hotel. Against all odds, they had survived. The reunion was brief. There were still lives to save, still wounds to heal. But they had each other. That was enough. Their struggles weren't over. Eventually, helicopters arrived. Relief teams brought supplies, and the survivors were evacuated. As they boarded, Maria looked back at the destruction. The tsunami had taken everything. Their possessions, their plans, their sense of safety. But it had also revealed the unbreakable strength of a mother's love, a father's will, and a family's determination to find their way back to each other. As the sun rose over the shattered coast, Maria held her sons close. They had survived, and as long as they had each other, they could rebuild, one step at a time.